Most people think LinkedIn success is all about posting tons of content and sending loads of messages. That actually is not true. The fastest way to see success on LinkedIn is something that nobody is doing. It's called leveraging your existing network. I know, rocket science, right? So crazy. But when I tell you no one's doing this, I mean that hardly anyone is doing this. They are thinking too far in advance. They just think, oh, I need to post all this content and I need to get in front of new people. They're not paying attention to the gold that is already in their first degree connections. This is the shortcut that nobody is talking about. This is how you drive opportunities and revenue on LinkedIn as quickly as possible. I'm talking about in under 30 days, without spamming and without pitch slapping. Now, I give this homework, what I'm about to tell you, to every single team I train. And I had one cybersecurity sales rep that did this exact same thing I'm getting ready to walk you through, and within a week, he landed 2 meetings, literally from leveraging his existing network. So when I tell you this stuff works, it actually works. We've helped everyone from solo consultants to large organizations with 250 plus sellers. We've had founders do this. They've booked calls in under 72 hours. Like I just mentioned, we've had reps that have booked multiple calls within the first week. And the reason this works is because people are not thinking about the people they already know. They're thinking about who I need to get in front of that's new. So when we leverage our existing network, crazy cool things can happen. This is not guessing. This is not throwing stuff at the wall and hoping it sticks. This is following a process to get results. So let me show you how this works. Now, before I get into the cool stuff, you need to have your profile optimized. I talk about this a lot. I even have an AI profile builder that can do this for you in under 5 minutes. I have a free checklist and some free videos you can grab in my 90-day jumpstart course. But you cannot see success on LinkedIn with any strategy, especially what I'm about to tell you, if you don't have an optimized profile. So if you need more help on that, go watch my other videos. But please, please, please optimize your profile. Say it is who you help, how you help them, do all the things that LinkedIn gives you for your profile, make it completely optimized and impressive. So that's step number 1. Okay, step 2, this is your secret weapon, your existing connections. I'm going to show you how to find the right people to reach out to that you're already connected to. So I'm talking about current clients, past clients, current colleagues, past colleagues, people that you met at a networking event, literally anyone and everyone that you know professionally, you need to see about leveraging their existing network. I'm also talking about people that you might not have talked to in 3 years, but they're your target audience and you're already connected to them. So there are so many people in your first degree connections that are prime for leading you to new sales opportunities. Okay, so here is how you find those relevant first degree connections and potentially their connections that could be your prospects. I'm going to show you 2 ways. The first is with LinkedIn.com, the search feature on LinkedIn.com, which you should be able to use using the free version. Might be limited though a little bit. And then Sales Navigator, which obviously you have to have a paying subscription to Sales Navigator, but it's way faster. So the first one is just regular old LinkedIn.com. So this is where you're going to use the search bar. So when you use the search bar in LinkedIn, you type something in and you'll see these options. So if we go back here and I type in CMO and hit enter, I have these options all right here. I type in people, it's gonna take me to a tab like this. Then all I do is click all filters, okay? So then on the right-hand side, you're gonna see all of these job filters. Now, for time purposes, I'm not gonna go through all of this, but what you do is you click first degree. So now it's gonna show me, or you could do it right here, first degree people that have the word CMO somewhere. So these are chief marketing officers. You guys can type in anything you want up here. So if you click all filters, you scroll down, you could do location, you could do who they work for, you could even do connections of someone. I'm gonna show you that here in a second. You can do what past company they worked for, what industry they're in, and you can type in certain keywords. Okay, so if you wanted a keyword, a specific keyword that they put in their title, you would put it right here. You could use something like quotes, specific quotes if you wanted. So if you wanted to do like brand Like if you wanted someone with the word brand in their title as well, you put that in quotes. And see, now I'm getting people that are my first degree connections that have the word CMO in their title and brand, okay? Which is pretty cool. Now, let me show you the coolest part here. If you click this, oh crap, wrong one. Okay, so if you click this, go back here, all filters. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this and I'm going to type in right here, someone that I know that is really well connected to my ICP, and preferably as a client because they know how awesome our products and our services are. So I'm gonna type in one of my favorite clients here. I'm gonna type in Bill Glenn, and Bill is a CMO. And I'll type in here, right here, and then it's gonna be connections of. So what this is going to do, it's going to pull up people that Bill is connected to that are also your ICP. So if you want people just in the US, you would click United States. If you want people at a certain company, you would select that. Past company, school, if you want someone in the advertising industry, that's also a CMO. And then you just go down this list, right? So I'm gonna delete the word brand here and I'm just gonna hit show results. So now I have these people right here who are my second degree connections because they're connected with Bill. And Bill is a first degree connection with them. And Bill is a super happy customer. So this is my ICP. And all I have to do is scroll down here. Look how many there are. There's a lot. Scroll down here, click on their profiles. I would see which one would be the best fit. So I would scroll through here. I'd look at this. I'd see who I'd want to get connected to. I'd make a list. So I'd pull up a spreadsheet or a Google Doc, write down the person's name and their LinkedIn URL, go through these 4 pages, quite a bit of awesome people here that could be a fit for my services. And then I would simply message Bill right here. Hey Bill, how's it going? By the way, I noticed you're connected to a handful of people I'm looking to get in front of. Do you mind if I run those names by you? You wait for Bill to say, hey Mandy, of course, I'd be more than happy to. Let me know who you're thinking. Then I would write back, great, thanks so much. Here are their names. And I would put Rebecca Messina, and then I would put the URL of her LinkedIn profile, because there's some people that might have the same first and last name if it's super common. And then I would say at whatever company they're at. And then I would send him no more than 5 to start. If he comes back and he's like, so sorry, I don't know any of them, you can send him 5 more. But I try to stick to like 3 to 5. And Bill likely will come back and say, hey, I don't know Dan and Adam, but I worked with Rebecca for 15 years. I know her well. I'm more than happy to make an introduction. And then that's when you talk with Bill and figure out how you want to be introduced, etc. This is the lowest hanging fruit that people are not doing right now. So leverage your existing relationships. Now again, this is just connections of, I just showed you a way to go directly into your first degree connections and use the filters to find who would be a good fit. Now, if you're using Sales Navigator, it's super similar. All you do is when you're in Sales Nav, you click lead filters, it's gonna take you to this page. You do first degree connections right here, and then you fill out all this criteria. If you already have your personas listed, like I do, and I want sales decision makers that I'm already connected to, it's gonna automatically pull this up right here, and then I type in first degree connections, and what do you know? I have 540 people who are already my first degree connections that are my ICP. Then I can drill down even further. I only want people who posted on LinkedIn. So we're going to do the exact same thing here that we did with LinkedIn.com, but we're using Sales Navigator to get more granular with the connections of someone you know. So same example, connections of Bill Glenn, type in his name. It's gonna pull up all of his connections. Well, not all, it only shows you some, 5,000 plus. And then since I have my personas filled out, if you don't have your personas, you would just fill out all of this stuff on the left-hand side. In a later video, I'll show you how to do personas. And then sales decision makers. And now it's gonna pull up 72 people that Bill is connected to that fit my ICP of sales decision makers. And then I can drill down even further if I want, change jobs, post it on LinkedIn, etc., etc. For me, I might want to use the change jobs because usually people that change jobs are more apt to have a conversation because they want to make something happen quickly in their new role. So this would be good for me. I could reach out to Bill. Hey Bill, how's it going? Looking forward to catching up next week. If that's actually happening, I am catching up with Bill soon. And then you would say, hey, curious how well you know, and then go into it, right? If you know this person well, I know Bill well, I could instantly go in and be like, hey Bill, how are things going? By the way, do you know these people well? I'm looking to get in front of them. Now, if you haven't talked to Bill in 6 months to a year or longer, then I would tread more lightly and do what I said earlier. Hey Bill, how's it going? Maybe call out something on his profile, a post or something, and then go into, I noticed you're connected with a few people I'm trying to get in front of. Do you mind if I run those names by you? Do it that way first. If you have a great relationship with this person, you can go right into it and start asking these questions. But this is the best way to find the lowest hanging fruit on LinkedIn possible. And this is how you land sales opportunities in 30 days. It's not by starting from scratch with brand new people all the time. It's literally leveraging your existing relationships. Now, let's say your advocate, your connector Bill here, is super busy. You can also ask permission to name drop. So I've done this quite a bit and landed a decent amount of meetings and opportunities from this by simply name dropping. Hey Dan, I was just talking with our mutual friend, Bill Glenn. He mentioned you would be great to connect with. Let's connect. Whatever you want to say. But you can also ask for permission to name drop if the person is super busy and doesn't have time to introduce you. Now, when we are reaching out directly to these first degree connections that we haven't talked to in a while, that could be our prospects. So these are people that would be great potential customers for your business. That is when you need to be strategic and just restart the conversation. So you're gonna reignite that relationship. Maybe it's been years since you've talked to this person. Maybe it was just 6 months ago. Maybe it was 6 years ago. But you do the same thing I talked about in a previous video with my friendly leader method, even if you're first degree connection. So you're gonna look at their profile, try to find something in common. You're going to engage with their content if possible. If they're posting content, that's great. Leave a comment, like it, try to get on their radar a little bit. If they're actively using LinkedIn, do this for a few posts, 2 to 3 posts before you send a message, because then they're going to most likely respond to your message when you've already been engaging with them. So try that. If they're posting comments consistently, leave your like, or you can even respond to their comment if it's legit. If it's a weird comment or like, congratulations, don't do anything there, that'd be weird. Don't be a weirdo. But try to get on their radar if you can. If not, if there's nothing on their profile, just reach back out. Hey, Susie, I realize it's been 6 years since we connected. Crazy. How are things going at ABC Company? I noticed that you guys insert trigger. Curious if you need any help with ABC. Now, you could do that and literally say what it is that you do in that question, or you could just keep it super casual and just ask how things have been going, but don't be like too vague or it's going to seem strange. So try to find something that you can mention. Hey, I noticed that you guys just got a new round of funding back in December. That's awesome. Whatever you want to say. So try to find something relevant to say and then just restart the conversation, and then you can weave into, hey, I'm curious, what are you guys doing for XYZ? And then let Susie answer. So for me, I would say something like, is your team finding success right now with LinkedIn? Or how much is your team using Sales Navigator for prospecting? Something like that. It's related to my services, and then I would get into it. You can also send a voice note or a video to these people, but don't do that until after they respond. So if you hadn't talked to Susie in 5 years and you're trying to restart the conversation with her and she's a first degree connection, send her a message first that you type up. Then if she responds, you can send a voice note. This works really, really well. You have to do this on LinkedIn Mobile, by the way. Send voice notes and videos on LinkedIn Mobile. And it is a great way to get someone to respond because they hear your voice, they kind of get to see your personality, and it's a way more personable approach. Okay, the last step here is to just build enough content to look credible. Post at least 1 to 2 times a week. You don't need to be a LinkedIn influencer. You don't need to post every day, but we do need you to be posting consistently, even if it's just once a week. We need your profile active. Before you do anything though, you need at least 2 to 3 posts that are recent. So if you haven't posted in a long time and you're getting ready to do LinkedIn outreach, please go and post a few times. Don't do it all on the same day, obviously. So you can post 3 days in a row, you can post 3 days in the next week, whatever it is, but you need to have at least 2 to 3 posts that are recent before you start doing this, because people need to see that you're actively using the platform. Not to mention, the more you post, the more visibility you're going to have also. So just try to be consistent with your posting. It doesn't have to be every day, but you could talk about whatever is happening in the industry, trends, what you're seeing with your customers. You can tell your own stories. The sky's the limit here on what you can post, but you need to be actively posting and actively commenting, even if it's just a little bit, to get your presence up and your credibility up. So those are the steps you need to take right now to get opportunities in 30 days on LinkedIn. I'm talking about legit sales opportunities, legit leads from LinkedIn in 30 days, leveraging your existing network, your existing relationships. So if you want a system that shows you exactly how to do this, grab my 90-day LinkedIn Jumpstart, and it will give you a framework that you can follow for the first 30 days. It lays everything out for you, how many comments you need to leave, how many connection requests, how many messages, posts, all the things, and then it gradually increases over time. So go grab that, and if you want more help with making these things happen, then hit me up. You'll find all sorts of links below on how you can contact me, but for now, go grab that free course, use the framework, leverage everything I'm giving you, go out there, make it happen. Your homework is to reach out to at least 5 first-degree connections in the next week. You literally could do this today. It's not hard. So go out there, do that. And if you want help, I am picking one person a week to do a complete review for. So leave your LinkedIn profile below. Tell me what you want help with. Is it your profile? Is it your messages? Is it your strategy on LinkedIn? Is it your posts? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.